My beloved one, stop. Whatever you are holding, whatever screen you are scrolling, whatever noise is filling the room, set it down. This is not another message. This is not content. This is a courier from the throne room, and the delivery cost more than you can measure. If you treat these words as ordinary, you will only understand their weight after the window has already closed. My spirit is still shaking from what I was shown. I have never carried a word this heavy over your life without trembling. What I witnessed in the spirit stopped every other assignment. Archangel Michael's face was wet with tears, not the tears of beauty, though the sacred is always beautiful, but the tears of someone who has seen the fork in the road and knows how many arrive there unarmed. I saw the exact crossroads. I saw the single decision that will split your path into two completely different futures. I am not permitted to tell you which future I saw first. I am only permitted to tell you which one drove me to my knees, and it was not the one that ends in your triumph. Something ancient has been loosed, not as punishment for anything you did. It was released because of what God sealed inside you when He called you His own. The fire He placed in you is a beacon. Not every force that notices a beacon comes to rejoice. Some come to compete. Some come to smother what they cannot own. That is what is moving toward you now, opposition drawn to light, not judgment. I also saw this. Someone you currently trust has been speaking with a half-truth. You already felt the warmth missing from their words. You already noticed explanations that were technically correct, yet somehow incomplete. You tried to dismiss it as imagination. It was not imagination. It was your discernment sharpening. Heaven shows a Judas spirit to the chosen before the kiss, never after. Two currents are racing toward you at the same speed. One is sent to finish what God started. The other is sent to interrupt it before it reaches full expression. You stand between them on purpose. Heaven already knows which way you will lean. You still have to live the choice. Before I go further, type the word Amen in the comments, not as ritual, as a signal that you are awake, present, and willing to receive both the warning and the covering that travels with it. This channel exists for one reason only: to locate the people Heaven marks in the precise season they most need to be found. It is sustained only by those who recognized something real and chose to plant back into the ground that found them. If these first words already stirred a recognition that has waited a long time, the Ko-fi link is pinned below. You are not funding a channel. You are watering a well that was dug for people exactly like you. Now hear what I saw. Your name was spoken. Your face was shown. The moment when everything in your life will be defined by one response was placed before me. Two futures branched from that single point: the future that received this warning and the future that did not. In the next 48 hours, three things will approach wearing false clothing. First, an opportunity that looks familiar, feels safe, and arrives wrapped like a blessing. The forces that oppose the chosen have studied what a blessing looks like to them. They know the patterns that make your spirit say yes. This one is a trap dressed as an open door. Do not refuse every opportunity. Refuse this one until God makes the difference unmistakable. If you pause and ask for clarity, He will redirect you to a door already prepared beyond the reach of the snare. Second, a voice from your past will return. They will apologize. Part of you will want to reopen the door. That desire is not weakness. It is the evidence of a heart that still knows how to love. But the apology will be for the outcome, not for the action. Do not walk back into a room God has already emptied. You can forgive completely without restoring access. You owe them only the first of those two things. Third, a message or invitation will arrive carrying urgency. Urgency is the signature of the counterfeit. What cannot persuade you slowly will try to force you quickly. Counterfeit light can produce the right feelings in the right order, but it never carries the quiet weight of a true divine door. If you say yes from fear of missing out, you will push back a timeline that was already set in your favor. This is not the door. Heaven has another. Type these words in the comments right now. I receive this. Let it be the sound of a spirit that chooses alignment over haste. While you could not see it, heaven was already moving. The wordless prayers you prayed on the floor in the middle of the night, the ones that never formed sentences, were heard. I saw an angel stop mid-assignment. I saw the attention of heaven turn. I saw the Father rise in the way only the deepest intercession produces. You thought you were merely breaking. You were activating a response that set everything I am about to describe in motion. Your name was written in gold letters, not as decoration, but as a verdict rendered in the divine court. That verdict is irrevocable. No further accusation can overturn it. It is already traveling toward you. The enemy could not break you with open attack, so he changed strategy. He began whispering that your value has faded, that the best chances already passed, that the miracle was either never real or already given to someone else. Every one of those whispers is a lie. While he told you nothing was moving, angels were being reassigned. While he told you the door was closed, God was exchanging it for one the enemy has no key to. A scroll bearing your name was opened. Inside, it is a 6-month timeline. I saw the decision that must be made in the first week, so that the miracle designated for the 3rd month can arrive without obstruction. This message was timed for the opening of that first week. You are not behind. No one else can claim what was written for you. Someone whose path is already being turned toward yours does not yet fully know their role. Their capacity fills the exact gap that has limited what you could do alone. They will not look like the picture you have been holding. Their directness may feel sharp at first. Do not let assumption cause you to overlook the one heaven actually sent. Around your finances, a spiritual barrier has been operating, not because of your effort or lack of it, but to convince you that you were unworthy to receive. That ceiling is cracking as these words reach you. An idea, a connection, or a plan will arrive from an unexpected direction. It will carry the signature of inheritance, not merely income. Stay awake. Do not dismiss the conversation that feels like a detour. Pay attention to your dreams. They have grown more vivid. God is placing blueprints in the architecture of your sleep for doors you have not yet tried to open. Keep something to write with beside your bed. Someone whose private actions have remained hidden is about to be exposed. This is not the same person I spoke of earlier. When the veil lifts, the truth will be heavier than you expected. Give yourself permission to feel the shock. Then receive the freedom that follows. The entanglement that has limited you will begin to dissolve. Your real forward movement starts after this exposure, not in spite of it. There are eyes watching your progress from a distance, not to celebrate, but to locate the moment just before breakthrough, where a well-placed distraction could delay you. Familiarity is not the same as safety. Some relationships that once felt close are being gently moved out of proximity. Let them go without chasing. What God removes is protection, not loss. Type amen again if you are still here, still holding the line. I saw a place being prepared for you, a physical space that will hold the full weight of who you are without requiring you to shrink. When you step into it, something long braced inside you will finally rest. Do not settle for the location that almost feels right, simply because it is available. The one that feels like prophecy fulfilled is already set apart and will not be given to another. A holy interruption is coming. Something will insert itself into your schedule in a way that feels off script. It will press the places in you that still want to control the timing. Do not fight it. Heaven is not trying to expose weakness. It is trying to reveal strength that was forged in the quiet seasons. You are not behind. What you thought was lost in the waiting was only held. Held things are released with interest. Now I decree over you, the spiritual barriers set against your financial inheritance are canceled. The architecture of lack built through accumulated disappointment is dismantled. What was withheld is returning as a torrent that matches the depth of the delay. Every Judas assignment operating near you is exposed and severed at the root. A seal of protection is placed over your discernment. Your spirit's first impression will no longer be the last thing you honor. The divine alliance already in motion is accelerated into position. The place that carries your name is being made ready. The lie that you are behind dies here. If something shifted in your chest as those words landed, write this in the comments. My season of reward has begun. You stayed through the warning, the exposure, and the decree. That willingness is not small. This ministry exists to find chosen ones in their heaviest seasons and confirm that the promise still stands. Final instruction: alignment. Wake tomorrow and live from the decree rather than from the weight of the past. Honor the check in your spirit when the counterfeit arrives. Leave closed the door that God already emptied. Trust the peace when the right place appears. Like this message, not as endorsement of content, but as agreement with what was spoken. Subscribe and turn on notifications. The scroll was not fully read today. Specific moments on your 6-month timeline will be delivered through this channel as they approach. Share this. Someone in your circle is standing where you stood before these words found you. What you release from recognition returns multiplied. One last time, write in the comments, I am ready, not as performance, as the seal of a spirit that received the warning, heard the decree, and chooses to walk differently from this moment forward. I saw what was coming. I could not stop it. I was given permission to reach you first and arm you. Your name is still written in gold. The decree still stands. The scroll is still open. The place is still shining. The alliance is still approaching. The financial shift is still moving. The exposure is still unfolding. And you are still exactly where you need to be for everything written before you were born. Keep your peace. Guard your fire. Do not dim your light for rooms that cannot hold it. Do not return to what God has already cleaned out. You are the chosen one. Heaven marked you long before the fire proved it. Everything coming is precisely what someone like you was always meant to receive. Your abundance is already on the way. Walk forward. I will be near.